So a few of you have asked me when I'm gonna start doing Gen 7 battles. Take a chill pill. We're still gonna be doing Gen 6 battles for now. I don't think it's until January, mid-January, in fact, that Pokebank is gonna work with Gen 7. In the meantime, Smogan is still, taking, doing changes to the meta and stuff. So, um, basically, we're gonna be doing Gen 7 battles. Don't worry. But I still need to, make some competitive mons for, the metagame, I think, needs to settle down a little bit. Not to mention, the whole metagame isn't even open yet because of, the fact that we can't even transfer old generation Pokemon. Anyway, today I have a Generation Wars match here with, Qwilliams23. Normally I don't do Generation Wars much anymore. It's a kind of an old thing that I did with, JoltsBolt back in the day. And basically the idea is you use the 3 starters of a generation and the 3 Pokemon you like design-wise. And that's basically what's happening. As you can see, I got Gen 6 and he got Gen 2. I think he chose the generations. Either way, I'm just going to lead with Talonflame as he leads with Raikou, as you already saw. And yeah, he's going to Volt Switch as I go out into Chestnut, and now he's going to go out into Heracross as I switch out into Tyrantrum. Alright, so I'm finally caught up. Probably should have just extended the intro, but you know me. Either way, I do not want to stay in for the close combat, so I am going to go out into Doublade. He is going to actually Mega Evolve into Mega Heracross as I go out into my Doublade, and yeah, as I said, I was kind of just predicting close combat, and I did get it, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just going to go for the Swords Dance on the Switch. I think it's pretty obvious he's going to go out into this Typhlosion here, and that's actually kind of fine. I do have, obviously, the priority Shadow Sneak, and after a Swords Dance, that is actually quite powerful on Doublade. And because I have Eviolite, I'm pretty confident that if he goes for an Eruption, I should be able to live it. Eviolite is boosting my special defense, and yeah, Eruption does damage based on the amount of HP you have left. Because I knocked him down that far using my Shadow Sneak, he is not able to do much with that Eruption, and yeah, he's going to go out into Tyranitar, not wanting to get 2-hit KO'd. However, I'm like, okay, even he might, I'm just going to stay in. Tyranitar can do a lot of different things. He might try to set up, and he ends up trying to Pursuit. Now, Doublade has very good base defense, and I do have Eviolite, and as you can see, because I didn't switch out, so Pursuit isn't boosted, he tries to go to the Pursuit thinking I would switch. I do not, and that is just complete wrecked right there as I get for the Sacred Sword off on his Tyranitar, taking it out, and yeah, he's just going to go out into Raikou. Now, I'm just going to take the extra damage here with Shadow Sneak, and Doublade did a ton of work here. Now, Doublade is... I'd probably like the Doublade design better than Aegislash anyway. I'm obviously using it because Aegislash is Uber. Due to the rules of Generation Wars, though, you might have noticed I do have a Greninja on this team. I do know it's Uber, but it's an exception for Generation Wars. You're allowed to use Blaziken if you choose Gen 3. You're allowed to use Greninja if you have Gen 6, so just something to keep in mind. You're not allowed to use Ubers otherwise, though, so I could not use Aegislash. Instead, I used Doublade. That's just an explanation there. Anyway, going back to Talonflame as he goes out into Meganium, and yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the U-turn. Could have Brave Bird here, but I was kind of thinking he might switch. It doesn't really matter. I still do a lot of damage with a, super effective U-turn as I go into Delphox, and he's going to go for the Toxic. It's not real. I mean, it's a nuisance, but not a huge problem as I am a Specs one, so I'm not really going to stay in very long anyway. And yeah, I'm just going to try to, I believe, go for the Psychic. Probably a mistake here as he ends up living it. I thought a stabbed Spec Psychic would be enough, but Meganium is very bulky. Although he does go for the Synthesis, and Synthesis is, as probably most of you know, not as effective in the Sandstorm. Maybe he forgot on that moment. It's still, I'm going to be able to get the 2-hit KO here now because he did not get 50% back. He only got 25% back due to the Sandstorm. And now the Sandstorm is gone, so convenient timing for me there. But it was his own Tyranitar that set up the Sandstorm in the first place, so can't really take credit. Alright, so in comes his Raikou again, and I know that these things will carry, Assault Vest. But I'm still kind of hoping a Spec Psychic will do it, and Delphox once again disappoints me. Spec Psychic once again not being able to quite KO as Raikou barely lives as I go down to my own Toxic. Wouldn't matter anyway, I would have lost Delphox anyway, but it would have been nice to kill this thing so it couldn't get an extra Sensory off on my Chestnut. What can you do? I don't even know why I have a Citrus Berry on my Chestnut, but I do, and I'm just going to set up a Leech Seed because I figured he's probably just going to stay in, but better to get at least some HP back, right? I think I ended up getting 2 because that's what he survived with. any switch. He's going to go into Heracross here, and I make a huge misplay. In fact, people on the stream can vouch. As soon as I clicked it, before I even saw what he did, I'm like, crap, this is a big mistake. Because going for the Spiky Shield here, I guess I was almost thinking I was playing the, Scarf Heracross, non-Mega Scarf Heracross. And I knew it was a mistake as soon as I did it, because I knew that he'd be able to set up. I actually was thinking Swords Dance, but that is just as bad, that sub. Especially if I can't kill it now, and he is going to be able to get the KO with Pin Missile, which means I need to now sack a Pokemon to get rid. And this was huge, because I had advantage here, and as soon as I clicked the button, I'm like, wait, that is a dumb play. Mega Heracross has ways to set up, and that was just dumb. And yeah, now I'm just going to go into Talonflame, go for the Brave Bird to take this thing out, and he does have the Rock Blast to take me out. For those who don't know, Mega Heracross does have the Skill Link ability. And, yeah, it allows him to get max hits. Not that he needs it for Talonflame, due to being X4. So, yeah, gonna go into... I don't have no idea why this Greninja is named. I've been trying not to name Pokemon in Gen 6, but apparently Shinobi. This must have been one of the Pokemon that somebody gifted me back before I figured out PK Hex. So, yeah, I'm just go for a Gunk Shot on the Switch. I end up missing. It doesn't really matter. I have Water Shuriken, and that's going to be able to take out this thing. If I can just get 2, actually, I thought I was going to need 3 hits, but I end up getting 2 hits and taking it out, so, I'm not going to complain about that, as, yeah, I am water type now, again, pure water, and he's going to go out into his, Feraligatr. I'm going to go right into Tyrantrum, or actually, U-turn in Tyrantrum, and I do turn into a bug type, so it ends up doing some nice, damage to that Feraligatr, and I am going to go out now into Tyrantrum, because Tyrantrum is cool and stuff. And, yeah, he's going to go for the Waterfall, and that's, neutral. Maybe he should have stayed in, I don't know. Either way, I just go for a Dragon Claw, hoping to KO it, and once again, did not get that close KO. Should have probably Head Smash. I did have Head Smash, but I'm like, I don't know. I can probably just kill it with Dragon Claw, and yeah, that is very sad. I'm going to lose Tyrantrum there, and now all I have left is this, Shinobi thing, this Greninja. And the reason I didn't want to go for Head Smash because I had low accuracy, by the way. Anyway, he still has this guy, though, and I'm go for the Gunk Shot. Figure my last chance is just predict what move will hit me with. If he does go close combat, maybe due to Protean changing my type to Poison, I can survive. No, I cannot. Greninja is extremely frail, and close combat is way too strong, especially stab, so on a Mega Heracross. I figured it was my last chance, and, yeah, either way, good game, Qwilliams. Came right down to the end. Both of us had our last Pokemon remaining. Still wondering what could have happened if I wasn't dumb. I should have just went for the attacking move, knowing that, the worst case scenario is him setting up, but I didn't, so that was unfortunate. Either way, yeah, today's question of the day is this. Now that we know all of the new Pokemon in Sun and Moon in Gen 7, of all the new Pokemon, including Alolan forms, which one do you think will become most competitively viable? And by competitively viable, I mean a Pokemon that will do very well in OU, but isn't too good to get banned from OU, obviously. So keep that in mind. Not something that's going to be uber, but something that... What Pokemon do you think is going to be the best and or most viable? As for me, I'm not sure if it's going to be the best per se, but I really do like the idea of Mudsdale, especially with its stamina ability. So, yeah, leave a comment about that, and see you guys next time. Later.